All right, guys, so let's say that you have all of your 4 pieces. I only have 3 here, but you'll get the idea. You're gonna take your big piece of white paper and your first piece, and you'll have a little container of tacky glue at your table where you just use a stick to put it on, but I'm gonna squeeze it on. You don't need a lot, just about a dot on each corner, and then maybe a dot right here in the middle. You don't need to put a bunch of glue because you'll see it and you don't want to ruin your work. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down at the bottom of my page. And I'm going to press it on, and you'll see kind of where the glue spreads. It dries clear in a way, but it is still going to show a little bit. That's why we don't want to use a ton of glue. Okay. So that's my first piece, and now it's nice and bright because it's on the white paper. I'm going to take my next piece, and I'm going to decide where I want to place it. I'm still placing it along the edge, and I'm going to overlap a little bit so I can see this really cool overlapping line pattern, but it just depends on how long you want it. And you're going to have 4 pieces, so you might want to overlap more than I will be since I only have 3. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put just a few dots of glue. Just a few. I do not want to load it with glue. It will not be a happy piece if you do that. And then I'm going to move mine right here because I kind of like what happens here. So this is your choice. You decide what you want your piece to look like. Okay, and just be careful because the glue will make it slide around, so hold on to it when you're smoothing everything out. Okay, so now I have that side done. And I'm going to do the same, oh, sorry, I hit that. I'm going to do the same thing with my next side. Again, you guys are going to have 4 pieces. So you're just going to do this along the whole bottom of your page. And you want to see the shiny side up. So you're putting glue on the same side that you drew on. Shiny side up. Okay, so there's my few dots of glue. Make sure I'm looking at the shiny side. And I'm going to go ahead and push it down. You'll see how it changes the color a little bit. Okay. All right. And then you're going to give this just a few minutes to dry. It should dry enough to where you'll be able to cut it out in about 10 minutes or so. So if you have enough class time to do that, wait for it to dry. If not, then you'll put it on the drying rack until tomorrow. Okay, and then we're going to pretend that we are all cut out, or all dry, I should say. And I'm going to show you how we're going to cut that out. We're going to cut the exact same way we cut our plastic out. We're going to cut close, but we don't want to cut off. Okay. But please make sure it's dry. I'm not, so that I can show you what to do. But you'll have this lifting off and sliding off if you don't wait for it to be dry. Okay, just like I had this piece kind of come off a little bit as my scissors went by it. All right. And I really want to make sure again that I'm moving my piece and not my scissors, because it's going to give me a smoother line when I cut. I don't want to cut like this all the way through, or I'm just going to get jagged edges. Okay. It's okay if you cut on the plastic a little bit, especially if you left a lot behind. That's not going to hurt anything. I'm just going to cut that off so I don't have to worry about that. All right. Come back in. Smooth some of those edges out. All right, almost done. All right, done. So now I have my rock formation, but I'm not just gonna leave it like this. I need a background. That's what this black board is for. They're already cut to size. They're probably gonna be a little bit longer than what you need, okay? And I'm gonna take again my tacky glue and just put a few drops of glue. I don't need to fill the whole thing with glue. Tacky glue is really thick and really sticky. So once it dries, it's not gonna move. So see how far I'm spreading out my glue dots? I don't need to trace along the edge. We do not need that. It's not Elmer's glue, okay? Spread them out. You don't need tons of glue. You don't even need it in the middle. Again, put this all the way to the bottom and all the way to the edge, this corner here, okay? So that if we have anything to cut off in length, we're not cutting on both sides, we can just cut one of them off. Whoop. Might need to add some more glue there. All right, so just make sure nothing's coming off. All right, and then if you've got extra board like I have right here, make sure to take a ruler and measure it so it's straight. You're gonna draw your line and cut the extra off so that your piece will be done. Whoops, sorry guys. And you'll get some really cool rock formations, okay? Put it on the drying rack to dry. Once it's dry the next day, write your first and last name on the back in pencil so I can see it, and then you're gonna turn it in. All right, have fun.